Hello, friends, and welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am your host, Tom Downey, back with some Cowboys news, some good stuff on kickers, but first, the stuff you don't want to hear about, how Jason Garrett is not going to be fired, at least not yet. Jerry Jones continues to say there will be no in-season coaching change. Now, the Cowboys undoubtedly have not lived up to expectations, and you can watch Jerry Jones speak. It's very clear he's frustrated and upset by this team. And if there's no deep playoff run, Garrett's gone. I promise you that. This is not about Jerry Jones never firing Jason Garrett. This is about Jerry Jones, as I've said for weeks now, solely focused on winning this year. Here's what Jerry Jones said after the game. This is not the time for me to make a coaching change. I am looking ahead at another ball game. I'm looking ahead at winning 4 or 5 straight, which would be 4 straight games now, and then, of course, playoff stuff, and helping write a story they will talk about how it looks like you're down and out. And I mean that. That's the way I'm operating. This is the important part because he's basically taking the words right from my mouth, as I've told you guys for weeks and months now. Every decision that I make over the next month will be with an eye in mind to getting us in the Super Bowl now. As I've told you guys for a while, Jerry Jones knows he does not have much time left. And the Cowboys' best chance for a Super Bowl this year is to keep your head coach. Who's going to replace him? Shard? Or do those guys actually help you? The Cowboys' best chance is Jason Garrett for this year. The problem is that chance continues to dwindle, and I'm sure we're all in agreement here. I don't have much faith in Jason Garrett. They got to pretty much win out the rest of the way because I don't think the Eagles are going to lose a bunch of games down the stretch. So what should the Cowboys do with Garrett? We are all on the FG, the fire Jason Garrett train. Keep putting it in the comments to remind ownership and Jerry Jones that Garrett's not the guy. So I fully believe, and I have every expectation, once this year ends, barring a truly miraculous Super Bowl victory, that Jason Garrett's gone. And as we'll discuss later on future shows, the national search will be far wide, and Jerry Jones will swing for the fences. Now for some news you guys want to hear about. That's Brett Maher. He missed twice this year against the Bills. Now, one was blocked, but even the Cowboys fully admit that kick was too low. It shouldn't have been blocked. He is now down to 67.9% this year from field goals. That's horrible. That's some of the worst accuracy in the NFL. And at long last, folks, the Cowboys are working out kickers. They are no longer blindly saying, Brett Maher's great. We have full confidence in him. They're bringing in other options. They're working out 3 guys today. Here's who they are. I forgive you if you've not heard of them. I had not heard of 2 of these guys before. Austin MacGinnis, who is right now with the Dallas Renegades, which I think might become a feeder team for the Cowboys, bottom of the roster, was with the AAF, the XFL, tried out for the Bears from Kentucky, did not make it. Nick Rose is probably the name you've heard if you've heard of any of these 3 guys. Journeyman, the Chargers, the Redskins, the Chargers again. He's bounced all around there. His career accuracy is 78.6. Still not great, but better than Brett Maher. And then Tristan Vizcaino, he has kind of bounced around. Wasn't that great this preseason with the Bengals. Nick Rose is the one that jumps out to me. It's certainly not a great option. That's what happens when it's December 1st and you're only just now trying out kickers. The Cowboys' biggest mistake this year in terms of special teams, beyond keeping Keith O'Quinn, was their stubbornness that, no, Brett Maher is good. His leg is strong. He misses way too many kicks inside of 50 yards, especially inside that 40-yard range. The fact that the Cowboys never went, we should work out kickers now, with Maher, that's their failure. I didn't expect Maher to be Dan Bailey, although he was better than Bailey last year, and now Bailey has quickly usurped him as the obviously better kicker. Look at the worst teams this year in field goal accuracy. It's the Titans, it's the Jets, it's the Giants. Giants just worked out kickers this past week. Jets and Titans have tried multiple people. Niners had Gould get hurt. They brought in Chase McLaughlin. They're better now. Only the Cowboys were just like, nope, everything's fine. That doesn't make any sense. So what should the Cowboys do? Type K for keep, C for cut. Obviously, I will not be at that workout. We will not be at that workout today. If one of them outkicks Brett Maher during the tryouts, cut him. If they all suck, okay, then you can keep Brett Maher. But at least they're finally trying and exploring other options. As long as Brett Maher is on this team, though, there should be a weekly tryout for his job because he has done nothing in the past year to say, yes, we have complete blind faith in that guy. It's time to cut him. Type your seats in there. All right, more bad news. Connor Williams out for the year. Suffered that torn ACL. He got injured, tried to come back in. I don't know if he tore it after he came back in. I got some questions for the medical staff on that front there. But at least he tried to come back in. He clearly wasn't right. Leaves the game. He's done for the year now. Hopefully he is ready for 2020. With Connor Williams out, as we'll get to, Xavier Su'a-Filo will start. But there is a new man in town who has come in to replace him on the active roster. That is former Bucks offensive guard Caleb Benenoch. I'll say it again for its weird name. Benenoch. Kind of looks like the way it's spelled there. He started 16 games for the Bucks last year, all of them at right guard. He also played this year for the Patriots and the Panthers, has played every line position in the NFL except for center. There's a reason he was a 16-game starter in 2018 and was still available. He's not very good, but you're scrambling for offensive line depth here to come in and help you out if, God forbid, more injuries happen. Having out of experience could be worse. Xavier Su'a-Filo is the starter at left guard with Connor Williams out. Haven't heard much about the Cowboys exploring Joe Looney as an option there. As we saw against the Bills, Xavier Su'a-Filo immediately got beat for a strip sack. Told you guys for months now, he's not as good as Connor Williams, but he is serviceable. You could be in a lot worse shape for the Cowboys if you didn't have Xavier Su'a-Filo. We'll see how he plays. I can already see you guys asking, well, wait, what about Connor McGovern? As we've mentioned on a previous show, he's probably not going to come back this year, which I know it sucks. He is still not ready to return to practice. The expectations are he's not going to be able to play this year, which is unfortunate because now is the time you'd like McGovern out there, right? Because you lost Connor Williams. That pec injury never really recovered. Looks like it's a full-on redshirt year, and XSF will be your starter at left guard. There is still the Cyber Monday deal going on. Black Friday ended. Cyber Monday, new best friend on Fanatics. It's chatsports.com/Cowboys jersey. Those jerseys are still 25% off. Some a little bit more off than others, but 25 seems to be that typical baseline. Dak, Zeke, Amari, you saw all different types of styles on there. Yeah, they got pretty much everything you want. They've even got, they're more expensive, but they've also got the camo, all camo jerseys too. It's chatsports.com/Cowboys jersey. I'll make sure that link gets in the description and in the comments where you guys will scroll down and you'll find it. Speaking of Cooper, you saw his jersey. How about an injury update for Amari Cooper? Good news. The tests he had on his knee, they came back clean. He's dealt with everything this year. It's been a heel, an ankle, a foot, a quad at one point, the knee too. His entire lower body has to be just bruised as all get out. So it's more of the same for Amari Cooper. He should be active against the Bears this week. Probably won't practice much, if at all, and I think you'll see him sit out a handful of snaps every other drive or so against the Chicago Bears. Cooper, he's played well this year. Gallup has played well. Cobb has inconsistent, really highs and then some low lows as well. Tavon, Devin Smith, Wilson, I don't think those last two will be active. Ventel Bryant caught his first pass for a touchdown. That was a nice moment in a bad Thanksgiving Day game for the Cowboys. Now, I want to nip this in the bud, okay? Jason Lockenfora, noted inaccurate CBS sports writer, has continued to push the story that Amari Cooper and Byron Jones, they're probably not going to be back with the Dallas Cowboys. He keeps citing his sources, of which I don't think he has any in the Dallas area. He also keeps saying there's only one tag to use. I don't know how you can work at CBS and not be aware of this. I know other CBS writers who are aware of it, and it blows my mind. There is not only one tag next year. Unless there's a new CBA deal agreed to before the Cowboys can apply the franchise tag, there's actually two of them. We've mentioned it multiple times on this show. The ignorance of JLC continues to astound me. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised at this point. You can use both the franchise tag and the transition tag in the final league year. If there is no new CBA by then, the Cowboys can use both of it. Now, it's going to be expensive, but the Cowboys want him back. They gave him up a first-round pick for him. Let me know in the comments how worried you are about losing Amari Cooper. If this came from like Schefter or Rapport or someone who knew what they were talking about, I would be more concerned. I'm at like a 2. You're going to get Dak done or franchise tagged, and you'll get Cooper done or franchise tagged. We'll have a discussion later on about Byron Jones. I'm actually not that concerned about losing Amari Cooper. I'm at like a 2. I think he knows he's in a good spot. I think he'll be back. As we continue along with our things reported as new news, but have actually been mentioned on the show for months now, that's Lincoln Riley. Ian Rapport, he brings up it's a fair point to bring up that Lincoln Riley and the Joneses already have a relationship. Now, for everyone already subscribed, you've heard about this for the past couple of months. Lincoln Riley recruited John Stephen Jones, that's Stephen's kid, to walk on at Oklahoma. He came in for an in-house visit. Stephen went down to the campus. Eventually, he got a scholarship to Arkansas, actually played a game this year. But Riley and the Joneses built that relationship. Now, I'm not saying that Riley will get the job. I'm not saying he's going to take the job because why would he want to leave Oklahoma? It is the Cowboys. That's your main sell. But Oklahoma is a fantastic job. Lincoln Riley is not just going to up and leave for any NFL job, but Riley, I think, should be among those first calls for the Dallas Cowboys. So let me know in the comments section while you're there typing in your FGs. Who do you want as the next Cowboys head coach? Lincoln Riley is at the top of my list. We'll talk more about this in the coming days. Well, the other Cowboys writers out there have suggested the idea of maybe you go after a bigger name than Lincoln Riley, which is interesting to me. I'll break down some candidates I think that could be an option coming up in a little bit. Now, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI. So head over to chatsports.com/bet. And use that promo code Cowboys120 for a 120% deposit bonus. You put down $50, they give you $60. They just give you an extra $60 for free. It's the best betting deal out there. Keep betting, I want to say on the Cowboys, but I have no confidence in them. Keep betting against teams like the Dolphins and the Bengals. I'll actually bet on the Bengals this weekend, so we'll see how that turns out. But it's chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code Cowboys120. Last update here, some more bad news. I am sorry, I feel negative today. I don't mean to be negative, but sorry. Vander Esch not practicing again on Sunday. I think he's trending towards missing the game once again against the Bears. It is very unclear when, or at this point you have to wonder if, he'll be able to return to the Cowboys. Then with that neck injury, it flared up on him and was inflamed. Until that swelling goes down, there's no way they let him play. Hopefully he can get back for a playoff run, if the Cowboys even have a playoff run to play for. Right now, again, Jalen Smith, Sean Lee can be your top guys. It kind of flips with Vander Esch out. Sean Lee becomes your weak side. Joe Thomas becomes your Sam. Justin March and Luke Gifford are more of your special teams guys and emergency linebackers for the Cowboys if, God forbid, Lee or Smith or even Joe Thomas went down with an injury. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.